We are on a journey of becoming. Like a butterfly, we have the innate ability to completely transform ourselves into something more beautiful. We are always, each moment, becoming someone different. We are not the same person we were a year ago, a few months ago, or even yesterday. For better or for worse, we are constantly changing. One of the most powerful tools for that change is perception, or how we look at the world around us. As the old saying goes, you can look at a glass of water as half empty or half full. If we see that glass as half empty, it strikes a chord of lack or loss, and we might think, dang, my water is almost gone. But if you look at that glass as half full, you might feel some appreciation or gratitude arise, seeing that there is still plenty of water left in the glass. And the one seeing the glass as half full has also become open to the thought that the glass is refillable. If we hold the idea that the water will soon be gone, then we are correct. But if we hold the belief that the water is half full, then the energetics of our thoughts change and we become more attractive to a reality where our cup never runs empty. I'll even go a step further and say that maybe a half-full glass of water is even more of a blessing than a full glass, because the one who recognizes the glass as half full, but sees the glass as refillable, realizes they get to choose what fills the remaining space in the glass. In a way, we are the cup, and our perception of our fullness is completely up to us. So maybe the first step in keeping our glass full is to begin to let go of old stories, old patterns, and old ways of thinking, and change our perception. Just the act of looking at things a little differently can have wide-ranging impacts on us and those around us. Now, if we want to begin to change our perception, we can start speaking to ourselves a different story. So at the end of this video, I'm going to pass on to you a set of powerful perception-changing affirmations that have the ability to completely reprogram your outlook. If you repeat these affirmations out loud on a daily basis, you might see a shift in the way you see the world around you, which will in turn shift the reality that you experience. After all, what are we really but the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves?
I feel ascension is integrating polarity, moving out of duality. I mean, ascension
it's a very organic and natural thing. If we fall, we get back up. If we are broken, we integrate and heal again. It's encoded in nature that just naturally happens. There are a lot of manipulations happening that have taken advantage of our vulnerability, of our amnesia, and of our wounds and traumas, that if we don't remember and we're not working through it on a conscious level, and we're given like false history, rewritten history, then we can't, really heal or ascend into what is God-given, what is our divine blueprint to be able to do. So I feel after all these galactic wars, exploded planets, and the template of our divine union, tree of life, sacred union template that holds the higher harmonic universes, sacred union, alchemical marriage, hierogamic union, and everything that takes us right back into source, we've been limited from accessing. So we've been given a lot of religion, indoctrination, social engineering, and I feel that it's targeted the tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge has to do with duality. The choice that we created as a collective to have this free will experience of gaining knowledge has been targeted with mind control, with social engineering, so that when we're seeking knowledge, we're looking outside of ourselves instead of gaining self-knowledge. So things like astrology and different techniques and tools and modalities that can help us to find self-knowledge has been very sort of targeted or projected upon or looked at woo-woo. It's just not the kind of thing that you're going to find yourself taking in like school, like it's third period class, I'm going to go learn galactic history or just, meditate or grow food. It's just, we know that it's just been all about regurgitating the stuff that's thrown at us, and it's always looking outside of ourselves. And to me, ascension is breaking through that duality, moving into unity, and integrating polarity that basically wins the war of consciousness within ourselves. So it naturally ascends. It falls into the dark night of the soul, but really the creative cauldron of creation that one might mistake as hell or the underworld, when actually, it does have that piece of the underworld, but it's about reclaiming the mother womb, integrating polarity so that the seeds of our higher consciousness plant seeds in that womb to manifest and co-create a better storyline than the one that we're being handed, that hopes that we stay digressed so that it can continue to feed on us, because it's parasitic and it's looking to create a dependency bond. So we ascend in our micro world when we break free of the narcissist, the abuser, the deceiver, and look at those red flags and see, like, wait a second, I don't want to consent to that. I deserve better. I deserve true love. And if that person's not able to meet you on that level, that you begin to have a boundary, you cut the cords, and you embrace what's already encoded in the cosmic alignments that are happening on an astrological level, that are part of the greater intelligence that our higher self holds, in order to ascend out of, this darkness, but plant seeds, but also recognize that what we're letting go of is compost to the soil, and it creates more nutrients, so that the next growth is even stronger than before, which naturally helps us to return to the advanced humans that we actually are, which is restoring the divine template of the tree of life, which corrects all the reversals that have been an overlay that has limited us to a lot of distortions, and also blocked stargates that are actually in our chakras and our dormant DNA to begin to uncover and breathe life into and begin to reclaim, so that we become the override frequency. And in the face of dark technology, we are the 5D towers. We are the override frequency, embracing the alchemy to de-weaponize the weapons, to recognize that we're the most advanced technology. And it's not the bioweapons that are going to get us, it's the mind control and the belief systems that are not in tune with the initiations that are being presented to us on a cosmic and earthly scale to begin to move beyond. And those initiations are weaponized with psyops. So the more we can see that and move away from it to become a neutralized being that can nullify it and dismantle it, the more we can lead by example and inspire people to join with us in embracing our truth, embracing diversity, in harmony, to find that unity again, to restore that tree of life, and move beyond the tree of knowledge, back into anchoring heaven on earth, which is what we're made of and we're born with. And that is ascension. No matter how deep we go, the higher we fly. So let's not be afraid of our dark. It's the mother wound. And we need to be conscious of it so that controller forces don't take the reins and manifest a storyline that we enable and empower when it actually has no power except for the power we give it. We are the co-creators, and we have a much better script to manifest and write than the ones that we're being handed. And the minute we know that, we are ascending.
Since you poured the wine for me and tightened up my shoe, hate to leave you sitting there composing lonesome blues. It goes to show you don't ever know what sheets come to play and play it slow. Wait until that deep come around. Don't you let that deep go down.
The 20% that are dying. Now, we sleep at night. What happens when we go to sleep? We heal. Yes, we absolutely heal. But restart. Okay, so there's something called beta, and that is the brain waves are vibrating from 9 to 12 cycles per second. Then there's something called alpha, where the brain waves slow down from 6 to 9. And then there's something called theta that slows down from 3 to 6. And there's something called delta that slows down from 0 to 3. Now, when we go into delta, we make a lateral transition and we go into collective unconsciousness and we connect to God's source, whatever name you want to call that. So that collective unconscious is where we are all connected. That's where we realize there is no separation. There's no white, there's no black, there's no Euro, there's no Hispanic. None of that exists because we are pure spiritual consciousness. Wow. Now, in theta state, that is the healing state or the genius state. Now, all of you have heard of Einstein. Einstein never worked out his formulas on the blackboard. He said when he got stuck, he would go to sleep trying to figure out the solution, and when he would wake up, it was already worked out. And he was like, that's it. He only was able to get this information when he was in theta. Now, Henry Ford was trying to figure out how to make a car factory. And when he got stuck, he had these two balls. He would sit on the edge of a chair and he would sit there and try to fall asleep. And when he would drop the ball, he would wake up and like, that's it. And he'd figure out how to make his factory work. Who's the guy who invented the light bulb? Edison did the same thing. Edison didn't actually invent the light bulb, but he had the conceptual framework for a light bulb. And he hired various people to work on different aspects to make the light bulb work. And he would go to sleep and wake up and like, that's it. So he figured out 1,111,000 ways a light bulb did not work. It was 1,112. Eureka! He got the light bulb. He never gave up. But he didn't just like figure it out. It had to come to him. So we have living examples of people who, as they fall asleep and as they wake up, they intuit or connect in the collective unconscious in order to find the answers to their problems. Okay? Now, Until I told you this about alpha, theta, delta, did you know any details? Nobody. And yet, you should have learned this in middle school or even high school. They should have taught you that when you fall asleep, you can heal yourself. Now, 20 years ago, I'm driving from Florida to New York, to Florida, to New York, to Florida. And I'm sucking on Starbucks frozen coffee drinks. And I get 2 tooth infections. And I go to the dentist and they're like, $500 for this tooth, $500 for that tooth. I'm like, I don't have $1,000. How am I gonna fix my gum infection? So I'm complaining, and my friend said, aren't you Dr. Love? Don't you know how to fix everything? Why don't you just talk to your tooth? And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So that night, I was like, I really need your tooth. I really love you. I promise I won't drink any more frozen coffee drinks. I really need your tooth. I need you to heal. I promise I won't drink any more coffee drinks. The next morning, no more teeth pain. It took one night of just talking to my teeth. Gone. Wow. So there is a method of healing that we never heard about. Okay? Now, if you were human beings, if you were God and you were going to invent human beings, would you invent them so they would break down and need to see doctors? Or would you invent them so they were self-repairing? So where's the self-repair manual? It's built in, but you never were taught that it was built in. Okay? Now, our objective is to go from beta, which is the waking state, to alpha, which is the dreamlike state, to theta, which is the healing state, to delta, where we connect to God's source.
Then I just wanna dance. Oh, then I just wanna dance. Yeah. 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 So I do it.
So, back to the affirmations. Now, the key to these affirmations is the emotion. So as you say these affirmations, feel the emotion of the words in your heart. So here they are. I'm thankful for everything I have been given. I always have enough. I am exactly the imperfect perfection that I am meant to be in this moment. Well-being is my birthright. Everything I need is always available to me. My cup is never empty. I am always well provided for. And here's a party note. You can't add more time to your life, but you can add more life to the time you have. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, peace. And I hope you find exactly the adventure you're looking for.